I am not prepared, so let me get the chat going. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well, and we'll start here in just a second, as soon as I can find my own channel. It's been a crazy week. Very not fun week. I'll just start with that, and I'll tell you guys what's been going on. Fish related and not fish related. It's been kind of a pain in the butt this week. There we go. Alright, so I made it. I'm in the chat. Metalhead Prime, first one here with Super Chat 614. Ha! Beat everybody to it. Thank you so much for the Super Chat. I do appreciate it. And everybody else that's here already, thank you so much. And I want to remind you guys that the Phoenix group buy deadline is not tomorrow night, Sunday night. So the orders that have already been placed, thank you so much. And if you're still interested in doing the group buy, shoot me an email with what you are looking to get in the quantity. So the way it works is you email me, you say you want 4 of those lights, and then I can send you an invoice. You can pay just like if you're buying them through my website, PayPal, credit cards, all that fun stuff. And then I order the lights this week, and hopefully they get here quickly, and then I can ship them out to you guys. Alright, so I just got my coffee. Let me catch up. I have been running non-stop for the last hour trying to get things done around here, and I missed the OFR live stream, and it's the first time I've missed that in a very long time. I just been running around doing stuff like crazy, and some of it involves plumbing. My faucet here broke, and the new one came, and I was trying to fix it, and it didn't go well. So that's what's been going on. But let's talk fish. And I got back into shipping live fish this week, and it's been exactly like 3 months. Looks like I stopped shipping December 10th, and I started shipping at the beginning of this week, and it went terrible. No delays or anything as far as like the packages, but there was a delay, and it was costly, and it was the delay in the heating packs activating. So out of all the orders I shipped out this week, about half of the heat packs never activated. And there was a lot of fish loss, which is very unfortunate for the fish, for the customers that purchase these fish, for myself. So a couple things I'm trying to do to remedy this situation. One thing I want to start doing is wrapping the heat packs in newspaper, and then because the heat packs on one order didn't activate until after they got to the house, the customer's house, and just going through feedback, like, you know, looking at water temperatures and heat packs, and the heat packs were cold. And what was funny, or not fun, I guess it's not funny. This is not funny, but the heat packs activated after the package was open. So I think what it is a flaw in the way I'm shipping. And I'm trying to, you know, every time I ship fish, I'm learning a new process or a new way to do things in a better way. And I think what's happening is I'm padding the boxes with empty bags on top. So let's say the fish are all in the bottom of the box, and then I'll put empty bags on top, so that way the bags can't get jumbled around. So that was a pro thing I started doing like last summer, was filling up the voids in the shipping boxes just to help protect the fish. Well, in the summer I didn't notice any issues because I wasn't using heat packs in the summer. Here's what I think is happening, and I don't have a heat pack here to use as a demonstration. So I'm going to use my phone case. Let's say this is a heat pack. I tape them to the top of the box lid, put the bags in, tape this up, and drop the lid down. I think what's actually happening is, here we go. Let's say this is one of the bags, whether it has fish in it or it's just an air bag. I think what's happening is when I put that lid on, the heat pack is hitting the bag, whatever bag's on top. What that's doing is heat packs only work with oxygen. They come sealed in a bag. When you open the bag, oxygen gets to the heat pack, and that's what activates it. It's a chemical reaction. I don't know all the what's in the heat pack. I know there's like iron and salt, and I forget what else. But air hits that, or oxygen specifically, and that's what creates the chemical reaction, generates the heat. The longer lasting heat packs are just heat packs with more of that material in it, is the only difference. But I think what I'm doing, which is my fault, and it's just something I didn't see or think of, is when I'm putting those lids on, that heat pack is contacting the plastic bag, and that's basically cutting off the oxygen to that heat pack, keeping it from activating. And then it would make sense, at least in my head, that when the customer gets the box, they open the box, they set the lid down, the heat pack never activated, so the fish are either dead or not doing well. And then because the box now is sitting over here, now it's got oxygen, it's activating. So I think that's what my issue was this week. Just to be safe or a little bit more cautious with the heat packs, I did spend the extra money and bought my original ones. I used the 72-hour ones. These were 40 hours, which should have been enough for these like 2-day shipments, and but they just never activated. The 72 hours is what I normally use, but because there's a nationwide shortage, I haven't been able to get them. I ended up biting the bullet, and I went with another vendor, and the heat packs were like twice as expensive as what I normally pay. But it's, in the long run, I'd rather spend twice as much on the heat packs than have to replace all the fish that are dying. So anyways, I'm back to shipping, and it's been a rough start. And that's how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday went this week. And with the first order that I heard that there was a heat pack issue, I immediately emailed everybody else that placed fish orders, and I only had issues with one other order, and all the other orders, they made it. Although there were a couple that the heat packs did not activate, they were southern states to where the water temperature didn't get cold enough to affect the fish. So, it's been kind of a crappy week. Let's make this week a little bit more crappy by what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, I'm like, all right. So I'm always busy shipping stuff on my lunch break Monday through Wednesdays. Thursdays is like, all right, let's kind of relax. I don't have to get fish to the post office or anything like that. Just my normal orders. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. I went to Subway, grabbed a sub. I'm gonna come home I come home every day for lunch. Basically just check the tanks, make sure I don't have water leaks. Hang out with my dogs for the 1 hour lunch break, eat some food, let the dogs out, all that fun stuff. Go to Subway, get my favorite sub, get home, and to go in my house, I go through the fish room. Everything's cool. Dehumidifier's running because sometimes it's not running because it's full, so I empty it. It's running, no water on the floor, and then I walk into my house, and like, you know how you're just in tune with all the sounds of like air pumps or whatever? Everything's a-okay. I'm like, all right. So I set my Subway down on the counter. I take my work shoes off. And just something catches my eye. Look up at the ceiling, and there's a watermark, like a water spot on the ceiling. And I'm like, it's like a straight line. So it wasn't like a puddle, but there's this like straight dark mark. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, is that water? So I get a chair. I stand on a chair, and I go touch the ceiling, and it's wet. And it's pouring rain yesterday. It's raining all day yesterday. I'm like, oh no, like, my roof's leaking. And I'm on my lunch break. So I immediately, I don't eat lunch. I immediately text my coworkers. We have like a group chat. Like, we all like can send one text and goes out to all the technicians and our service managers in the same group message. I respond back to them saying, my roof's leaking. I'm going to be late back from lunch. Because it's raining all day, and this was probably like noon, and it was supposed to rain until like 11 p.m. So I have to get in the attic. Well, the attic access, which is I have two access points, one at each end of the house. Well, this is at the other end. The way to get in the garage is through, or to get in the attic is through the garage, and right underneath where I need to go with the ladder is like my toolbox and a bunch of shipping boxes. So I had to like move my toolbox and all this stuff out of the way. I get up in the attic, and there's a point on the roof where it's just dripping water, just constantly. I'm like, oh no. So what did I do? Took the ladder outside. I get on the roof. It's still raining. I'm on the roof trying to find where could this water be getting into the house. So I kind of limit the area to this dryer vent outlet that's on the roof. It's got sealant around it that was done, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago. Whenever I bought the house, it was done right then. It finally like started cracking. It didn't like fall apart, but it like must have shrunk over winter, and it cracked. And I think water's getting there. So I'm like, all right, I think I know where it's coming from. So I go back to work, finish a customer car that I wanted to get done. Got that car done, and then I left and went to the hardware store, got some roof sealer and all that fun stuff. Went back, got on the roof, and sealed it. Checked it this morning. It seems to be not leaking anymore, but I do have a roofing company scheduled to come out and look at it to make that dryer vent correct and make sure it's like perfect, so I don't run into this issue again. Because the last thing I want to do is have to redo my ceiling and drywall, have to deal with like mold in the attic and all that crap. So that's how yesterday went. Today, luckily, knock on wood, it's been smooth sailing, no issues today. The house is dry, the dogs are doing good, and it's Friday Night Live. So just kind of catching you guys up on this week. But let me get in the chat and see what's new with you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. But Metalhead, thank you for the super chat. Being the first, you were the first one to message, and it was a super chat. So appreciate you, bud. But fish orders were doing good. So appreciate all the fish orders this past week, and I appreciate you. Fish and Floral said, hey SE, snails and plants arrived in great condition. Thanks for the nibs. Thank you for that good information, or that good, that good comment. It's good to hear that. And guys, if you ever order something and it ever comes in DOA, if it's something alive, and then with snails, you always got to give snails some time. Snails are actually really hardy, so they might be all shelled up when they arrive, especially if they're stressed or get cold. Ram's horns aren't really that big of a deal because they pretty much, as soon as they hit tank water, they're out moving, but nearite snails are like this. In case you don't know, it's recommended that you let them sit, even if they don't look like they're moving, for a few days. And the thing I always tell people is do the smell test. When snails die, it's the worst smell ever. I've had import orders of fish come in where it's a full bag of DOAs, and it's fine, or not fine, but like it doesn't like stink. When I have a box of DOA snails, I know it before I even open the box. I'm like, there's dead snails in here. So sniff test, if it smells the worst ever, then it's a dead snail. But ram's horns typically do just fine, even when they get cold. But so anyway, squirrel, if you ever have an issue with fish, plants, snails, anything you order from me, even hard goods, if you order fish foods, heaters, thermometers, whatever, I take care of it. I guarantee that if you bought it, it's getting to you. If it comes broken, let me know. I'll ship you a new one. And same thing goes with fish or plants. But I'm glad to hear your stuff made it there okay. Pam's here. Hey, Pam, I hope all is well. It's nice now that the sun is staying out later because the whole daylight savings, but Mrs. Mellowhead said, plans for the axolotl are great. My little lady is happy. Thank you so much for the help in sending them. You're welcome. Thanks for the order. I appreciate you. Oh, Zen Ginger, good to see you. Chevy Fish, good to see you guys. Dank Tanks, what's going on, buddy? Let me see. I got Melhead Prime says, oh, my cichlid fry, love those ONIP tabs. Big thanks to SE Aquatics on that. One perfect timing. Yeah, so I send them, like with members, I've been sending out like stuff to try, and that's the ONIP tabs. So if you're a member and you want to try the ONIP tabs and I haven't sent it to you yet, shoot me an email and I'll mail you some ONIP tabs to try. Holy cow, Matt F. Matt, you are awesome, my friend. Matt F with a 6140 super chat, an extra 0 for the 614. Matt, I appreciate you. And Matt, because of that, I told Matt. So Matt bought some Vienna guppies from me. He's been on the list, and also rescue dog treats. You are on the list. Don't freak out. The Vienna guppies are on the website now. They're sold out because I had a list from like last summer of people that I said I would hold some for. Matt was on the list. Rescue dog treats are on the list. I'm doing it in stages, and but Matt and rescue dog treats and maybe 2 more orders. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing. And Matt, I told you I got you something, right? I'm going to show you because that $61 super chat, I think, is the biggest super chat I have ever had. So because of that, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. And rescue dog treats, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but Matt just ruined the surprise for you. But let me... All right, I got it. I'm heading back. And it was just something I thought of doing whenever you buy... Well, not whenever you buy, because I'm limited on how many I bought. I only bought 4 of these. So 2 of them are spoken for. So the next 2 orders of these, we'll get them. Oh, sorry. let me readjust. All right, Matt and rescue dog treats. Or did I only buy 3? There should be 4. I think 4. Maybe I only got 3. So the Vienna guppies are $50 a pair. I know it's kind of expensive, but here's where I came up with that. Twin City Guppies typically sells his pairs of guppies for $50, and then goes up for trios. So mimicking basically Twin City Guppies, he does high quality line bred guppies. He doesn't. Well, all right, that's not a fact. I don't know. I believe he imports most of all of his guppies. I don't know if he breeds any still or if he used to. I'm not sure, but he does bring in high quality. So I kind of priced it around that. That and the fact that I've been working with these guys for like a year now, so I'm trying to recoup costs of feeding these fish for a year. Anyways, I was going to say the first 4 orders, but now it's probably going to be 3 unless I can find the 4th one. I went ahead and I bought some aquarium co-op stuff last week. Last week or a week and a half ago, Aquarium Co-op came out with ammonia strips and multi-test strips, and I wanted to try them. And so I bought these. This is not what you're getting. Don't think you're getting this stuff. But I bought these, and I bought some more of the extreme food. The extreme krill. I had this like freebie that Corey gave me at Aquashella, like 2019. I've been kind of using it. Been using it on the rainbows. The rainbows, they're not a big fan of it. So they'll eat it when it first hits the water, but then they kind of spit it out. Like, they're not a super big fan of this. They actually prefer the Tetracolor tropical granules over the krill flakes. But I like using this on the guppy tanks, and not just the extreme brand, but flake food, because I can just toss in flakes and the guppies just, they go to town on it. Alright, let's get back on track here, squirrel. But anyways, when I bought these, I bought some other stuff. And for the Vienna guppy people, so Matt, you, rescue dog treats, and right now the next order, I bought the Vienna guppy stickers to give you guys. And I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but these are the Aquarium Co-op Vienna guppy stickers. I thought it'd be just kind of cool that you bought Aquarium Co-op Vienna guppies, you get the sticker with them. Something you can put on your tank or wherever. But I'm Matt. This kind of showed up after I shipped you your Vienna guppy, so this will go out on the next order. And then yeah, so it's not something I'm going to be able to, like, every single Vienna guppy pair. It's kind of going to be like, all right, you order a pair, I'm going to give you guys the Aquarium Co-op decal sticker because these are the Aquarium Co-op Vienna guppies. So Yeah, and what's surprising is I mention this like every time I talk about them, and I still get comments or emails about these Vienna guppies if they're like aquarium co-op ones. Yes, I got them from Jimmy. Like I have a video on my channel from last year of Jimmy handing me the Vienna guppies. These are the co-op guppies, straight from Jimmy. But I figured I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you guys the stickers. Anyways, that's it. Matt, you ruined the surprise with your awesome super chat. But thank you so much for that. That's awesome. All right, that was a baller super chat. All right, let me get up. Remember, if you have a question for me, tag me at it. It helps me see it easier. I did go to the Cincinnati swap meet last weekend. I went with my buddy Mike, and I was going to try to meet up with Chattanooga Ed and James from Fish Room Fever. I didn't see either of them. So it was crazy. It was at a hotel. There was two rooms. One was like a smaller room, one was a bigger room. You basically waited in line, you went to the smaller one, and then you went from the smaller to the bigger. Because of restrictions with the COVID, they're only allowing so many people into the rooms at a time. We got there a little bit before they opened, and the line was out the front door of the hotel, which I'm like, all right, is it from the lobby to the front door? Like, it's not that many people? No, it was like front door of the hotel, through the lobby, down a hall, around a corner, down another hall. It was a crazy long line, but luckily it went pretty quick. So like the line was really long because they didn't open. Once they opened at 11, let's say they let 20 people into the room. Well, the line moved fairly quickly. But I didn't get to see Chattanooga Ed or James, which is unfortunate. And I really didn't take any video. I took video like getting there, getting out of the truck, kind of like the intro of a video. And then I took like one video, like a 360 inside one of the fish rooms. And that was it, because with like how they were running everything to get people in and keep the numbers correct for the pandemic, we weren't really chatting and hanging out with people. And so I just didn't really record anything, so I didn't make a video of it, because I was like, well, it's kind of pointless because this would be a 20-second video. So I just figured I'd tell you guys about it in the live stream tonight. I didn't plan on buying anything there. I did take money just in case, but I did not go there to buy something. I just went to kind of hang out and, first fish swap of the year type deal. I ended up buying some Pleco Caves, and they're going to go into this tank. I bought ones that were a little bit smaller, because I'm not sure if these caves are a little bit too big to where maybe the male Pleco isn't pinning the female in there to get her to spawn. And so I don't know. I bought some smaller ones. They were like buy two get one free, so I bought some. That's all I bought. Mike got these crypts. It was $4 for these crypt Wendettis, and so being that I grow plants, I sell plants, I import plants, and same thing with fish. I just kind of was like looking at what all these vendors had, and by vendors there were some companies, but there was also a lot of hobbyists. And I'm just looking like, all right, am I priced how these guys are priced? What's a good deal? And like there were some fish that I'm like, that's a good deal. Like I buy it. And the only fish that I was looking for that I was probably going to buy, even though I knew in the back of my head I shouldn't because I don't have a tank set up for them, was some multis. I was looking for shell dwellers. I did see some shell dwellers, but I'm specifically looking for the multis because they're they're the least aggressive of the shell dwellers. Maybe not the most colorful, but they're awesome. So I was looking for some multis. I didn't see them. There could have been some there. I just missed them. But anyways, I was looking at stuff, and then like one of the last tables in the last room we go to is just some plants bagged up. And I look, and the first thing I catch my eye is the root system. I didn't even know what plant it was. I could just see the roots, and I said to myself, holy crap, that's insane. So if the plant was this big, the roots were like over that size. And so Mike bought this bag of a crypt. We thought it was a crypt for $4. And the roots were like super crazy. And he was like, dude, is that like a really good deal? I'm like, dude, that's a steal. When you buy plants, you're buying the root system, and that thing is worth, like, that's not a $4 plant, that's a $20 crypt for sure. Like, I would give that guy $20 for that one crypt. He gets home and he's like, it wasn't even one crypt. I think there was like 4 crypts in that bag. So he got basically paid $1 for 4 crypts that were at least $20 a piece. Like, he got a heck of a deal. So I need to find out who that guy is, because if he wants to sell crypts like that for $1 a piece, I will buy them up for the website, because that was insane. So that was the best deal I've ever seen at any fish swap. Was those plants that guy was selling. It was crazy. And I think Mike even asked him, like, was he using high light to grow them, because the root system was insane. It really was. I was amazed, and that guy, it was awesome. Let me see. Keep moving. Chevy Fish dropping the SC website. Thank you so much. Let me keep moving. Zen Ginger. 30 of you didn't hit the like button. Well, we'll have that. It's okay. Alright, where am I at? Matt Reed, sorry for a crappy Thursday. Good to hear today is going well and the dogs are doing well. Yep, Matt, their dogs are spoiled as always. And, which I have no problem spoiling them. They're good dogs. They really are. Charlotte doesn't listen to me very much, but that's probably to be expected that she's deaf. Zen Ginger said, woohoo, thanks Matt, we get a sneak peek. As you guys can tell, I'm behind on the chat. I'm trying to catch up. Do dead snails smell worse than an open 3/4 ton Chevy rear end with 270k miles on it? Yes. So, rear diff oil, used rear diff oil, stinks. Dead snails, especially a bag of like 50 neorites, will make you puke. Like, dead snails are terrible. And I just remember getting that import order. I took a video of it. I was doing an unboxing, and I was like, man, like, there is something dead in this box. And when I cut the cut the tape off the import box, I opened the lid. I'm like, oh, those are so snails are in this box for sure. And the whole bag was dead. All right, not the whole bag. I think out of like the 50 snails or however many it was, I think like 5 survived somehow, because not only did they die and they smell, but they foul the water, which kills the other one, and it's compounding, and it was just miserable. And I called my wholesaler, they're really awesome. They're out in California. I was like, hey, like, I opened the box, I immediately knew something was wrong with these snails, and like they were a complete loss. I was like, 5 of them survived. Like, I took them out and I sniffed each one. I don't want to, like, it was a complete loss in my head, but I'm like, I'm not going to toss them all out unless I know they're dead. So I sat there with my tweezers and, like, smelled each snail, and until I was like, all right, I got 5 that are alive. They refunded me the whole order on that, which I'm not the person like, yeah, you got to refund me all of them. Refund me, like, the DOAs. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, you don't need to refund me the whole deal. I got 5 of them. But, no, they're really cool. About that, so. But yes, they do smell worse than a differential. And I know what you're talking about as far as the differential. Squirrel, yes, that's me. Squirrel Aquatics. Suang said, I just received the 12 sponge filters I ordered from Aquarium Co-op today, and I'm installing them at this moment, and I got a sticker. That's awesome. I actually got, it was funny because I opened the order, and, the invoice is on top. It's like, test strips, the flake food, the Vienna Guppy decals, and then it said Blue Ram decal. I'm like, did I order a Blue Ram decal? like, why would I order a German Blue Ram decal? Like, but then I realized it's like the free one. They must still label it on the invoice. But yeah, so I got a German Blue Ram one. But no, these stickers are actually they're uh, they're pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, like it's a pretty sweet sticker. So maybe if I find that fourth one, I'm just gonna make sure I keep it for myself. But so yeah. Let's keep moving. Matt F with $100 super chat. Are you kidding me? With a squirrel. Matt, thank you so much, man. Like I don't know what to say on that, dude. Like that's crazy. I'm gonna have to send you some extra stuff with your next order, dude. $100 super chat. You now took my record of a $61.40 super chat and just broke it with your own super chat. $100, that's crazy, but I appreciate you. Man, you guys are awesome tonight. I don't know is there like spring fever going on? What's up with you guys? Thank you so much. I need to keep a little like not so you guys see it, but it's like keep a tally like my biggest super chat. And right now, Matt, it's got your name on it. But no, I don't even know how to tell you I appreciate that so much. Shiny Fish said, "Oh my God, thanks for the super chat." That's what I'm saying. Squirrel Aquatics appreciates it. Let me go. Matt F said he took a big hit in my order, just showing him my appreciation. Yep. So Matt was another person that ordered this week and had DOAs. So that's what he's talking about. Matt, I'm replacing everything. I'm just if anybody's watching and you're waiting on DOA replacement, I think I've pretty much communicated to everybody what's going on as far as the DOA replacement. Since I ordered those heat packs, which would have been Wednesday night, I'm just waiting for those to come in, and that way I can use the 72-hour heat packs and not worry about it. So most likely it's going to be like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday shipment. I'm not sure. I'm just waiting on the heat packs to get these orders back out. And then what I'm going to do is these 40-hour heat packs, I'm just going to set those aside and use those for like when I get the plant-only orders. A lot of times, so plants ship with like the normal shipping, like they're not in that $35 flat rate. It's you if you buy some fish food and some plants, it groups it into that $9.99. You spend $50, you get the free shipping. I'm going to use it on those because I've been adding heat packs to plant orders just to make sure they don't freeze. Plants actually get shipped to me from the farm with cold packs. They keep them cold. Especially in the summer. Right now, they can get cold. You just don't want them to freeze because you guys know plants will die if they freeze. So I'll use the 40-hour heat packs with the plants. So not a total loss, like because I bought a case, a full case of those 40-hour heat packs because I couldn't get anything else. I was like, I gotta get them, and I don't know when this national shortage will be over. And I checked the website of where I normally buy them from, and they're still on back order. They said that they're getting more in April, and they're taking pre-orders. So when you have to pre-order heat packs, that's saying something. But Matt Reed said nitrate or mystery snails for brown algae. Oh, nearite. That's going to be nearite. Probably auto-corrected nitrate. I've honestly have never kept mystery snails, so I don't know how good they do at algae, but nearites are the bomb at removing algae. They're I always say they got like the two teeth that scrape away at algae. Nearites, and from the snails I've kept, which are not that many, nearites, ramshorns, bladder snails, and Malaysians. The nearite's the best. The ramshorns are second best. Ramshorns do really good at the softer algaes, green algae, stuff like that. But nearites have been they're the bomb at most everything. What's super awesome is that they don't reproduce, so they don't take over your tank. Krista Smith with a $4.99 super chat. The $5 super chat says, "How's it going? It is going pretty good tonight now. It's my week's turning around. I'm glad that I'm hanging out with you guys tonight." And what's funny is earlier, it was kind of like right after work. I was like, man, maybe I'll take tonight off from YouTube and just kind of relax tonight and let this week disappear. But I'm glad I'm hanging out with you guys. I did miss the OFR live stream, so you know that kind of sucks. But I'll watch the replay and see what's new up there. Dank Tank's STEMI fever. Yeah, everybody's getting their stimulus checks, and so hopefully orders and stuff will reflect that. I know I'm still waiting on my tax return to be able to get some projects around here done, so I can get the fish room bill going. But like first up is building the shed, and I'm still on the fence if I'm going to build one or just buy one that's pre-made. There's a company here. It's an Amish like shed building company. You basically give them the specs if you want. I think they do anything from like 6 foot wide up to 16 feet wide, and then the length is up to 40 feet of a shed, and then they can do like metal roofs or metal siding, windows, doors. The price is not bad. It includes like delivery and setup. They bring out blocks and they level it for you and all that stuff. It'd be quick, easy, stroke a check, have them bring out a shed. I can move all my crap out of the garage into the shed. Part of me wants to build the shed because I like building stuff, so it'd be fun, a fun project that I'm sure I could record and do a time lapse of me like getting really mad and throwing hammers at myself or something. I don't know, but I'm still on the fence if I'm going to build one or just buy one. But thank you everybody for the super chat. Krista, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. But it's going good tonight. I gotta get up tomorrow and work on a friend's car. I'm going to do that in the morning. Hopefully I get up early. And then this weekend's clear sailing. Nothing crazy. I got a few orders that were placed today that we'll box up after this live stream, and I'll drop them off at the post tomorrow. Chevy Fish said screenshot the super chat. That's a good idea. I do have a dry erase board right here. This was from like a long time ago when I was trying to count my tanks and how many gallons I had. I don't even think this is up to date. It's not even up to date. I got more tanks since even this. But whenever I did this, I had 904 gallons of water in fish tanks. But right now, if you count the outdoor pond, plus the other tanks, I'm somewhere around the 1,500 gallon mark. Somewhere around there. A lot of lookers. How many people do we have tonight? 50 people are watching? Awesome. So, is anybody using stimulus money to stimulate their fish hobby? Let me know if you guys are buying anything, and 12 aquarium co-op filters. That's a fun time. Sometimes it's fun just setting up equipment. Matt Reed, do snails carry a lot of diseases, or can I do a 3-week quarantine? You can quarantine snails. I actually saw today, somebody posted a video, I think it was on our local fish club, like Facebook group, or it could have been like just one of the random Facebook groups I'm on. It was a mystery snail that they weren't sure what was going on. It looked kind of like the mystery snail tentacles ended up being a parasite worm. It was the exact same kind of like white opaque colors, the tentacles, but this thing was moving around like crazy. It was definitely a parasite. So snails can get parasites. There's worms, and I guess there's a thing called like a snail leech. I don't know specifics on it, but yes, they can get parasites. I have never had a snail have a parasite that I visibly saw. I'm not saying that have not had them. And like ramshorns, they die off or they get eaten by a pufferfish or something like that. But Matt F with another super chat. I'll get to that one in a minute. Killing me, Smalls. But no, they can. And really, with anything you buy, whether it's fish, snails, shrimp, even plants, you should always quarantine. And the reason why I say you quarantine plants is you get hitchhikers. And my plants are no different. You're going to get snail eggs or snails. I try to make sure there's no snails on the plants, but eggs are a different story. They're just going to be there. I run snails in pretty much every single tank. They're part of my ecosystems. They break down extra food, waste. They keep algae off stuff. I run snails. There's people that don't want snails. I understand that. People don't like snails. I understand. I'm not going to argue with you. So there's a possibility that my plants come with eggs. I've seen people put plants in their tank and they end up with rainbow fry because rainbow fish laid eggs in a moss or on a plant, and you can end up with fish. But you should always quarantine. And with plants, they're the easiest. You can even do I think it's just bleach. I forget the percentage. I don't know if it's like a 1-to-10 ratio, or look it up. I don't know it because I've never done it. Bleach dip your plant. That will help kill off stuff. But even with, like I'm saying with plants, I would still quarantine them. That way you can see if there's eggs. If you quarantine it for a week, that will give time for snails to hatch, hopefully. If you don't want snails, if not, it's a freebie. Fish and Floral says, I love getting snails as hitchhikers. That's how I got this tank I got 1 billion Malaysian trumpet snails now. This is the only tank I have them in. They came in on one of the plants I put in there. And I remember knowing which specific plant it was, but now I don't know. Man, I look super white on YouTube, but on here it looks awesome. Which one of these lights is killing me? Which ones make me not look tan? Oh, man. I don't know. Anyways. Where am I at? I don't know. Oh, Malaysian squirrel. Malaysian trumpet snails. So now I have a tank of them, and you know what that means? I'll be able to offer these guys for sale. I just need to try to get some better pictures of them and put them on the website. I think currently I'm selling Ramshorns, like, is it $5 for 10 plus? And what 10 plus means is I basically take a net and I just scoop out, at least 10. Maybe you get 12, maybe you get 20. It's 10 plus. I did have a lot of Ramshorns orders this week, so I did have to make sure I wasn't giving you guys like 50 of them at a time. Although somebody did order, was it Fish and Floral? Somebody ordered 40 or more Ramshorn snails. It was a lot of snails, but so people either order Ramshorns basically for two reasons. They're putting them in tanks to clean up your algae, or they're using them as feeders for like puffers or even like loaches. Either way, but I had a lot of snail catching to do this past week or so. Let's see. Hashtag shed. Yes, I gotta build a shed. Zen Ginger said, holy crap, I just got back dealing with children. I saw the super chat. Thanks again, Matt. That is really awfully nice of you. Matt is an awesome... It's not only like an awesome subscriber, but awesome customer. Matt's placed a lot of orders through my website. Matt, thank you, as always, for your continued support. Do we need to start a 16 by 40 fish shed fund? So I thought about that, Matt. I originally thought about doing a shed like that, and I thought it'd be cool, but then, the more I thought about it, by the time I fill up a 16 by 40 shed full of fish tanks, it's going to be needing a foundation under it to support all that weight. And then I just realized I just wouldn't be spending enough time out in the shed with the fish, especially in wintertime. It's like, do I really want to walk down the yard to the shed? So that's why I decided to do the garage and build a shed for the car stuff. What's your thoughts on parrotfish? They are my current favorite fish. I have a ton of fry. Vanessa, the blood red parrotfish is super awesome. I talk about when I go OFR, every time I see them in their tanks. I don't know if that's a specific parrotfish that you're talking about, but the blood red parrotfish is awesome. I think they look amazing. They're kind of like comical and cute, like a little dog almost. I think they're awesome. I actually sell the blood red parrotfish food. Actually, what am I sold? I'm sold out of something that I just see now on the screen. I do have more foods coming. I sold out a lot of foods this week, which is also awesome. Thank you guys. I got more stuff coming. And I got some new foods. Should I talk about the new foods that are coming? You shrimp keepers would like this food. Yeah, let's talk about it. Why not? I have Shrimp King foods coming. They are on order. They are on the FedEx truck or plane. But Shrimp King foods are coming. I think I got 4 or 5 different kinds. So anybody that's into breeding shrimp, Neocaridina or Caridina shrimp, or even a mono shrimp, even though you're probably not breeding a mono shrimp because they're really hard, I do have the Denarel Shrimp King foods coming. I've never have sold them before, so it's a new thing, new product to add to the line. But I'm hoping they'll be here. They'll actually probably either be here tomorrow or Monday. It'd be sweet if they come tomorrow because then I can do pictures and get them up on the website. But yeah, so that's coming. I got some Sarah foods coming back into stock. Sarah's another food right now that's just been sold out at the wholesalers, so I'm waiting on more of that to come. I tried to get the Sarah shrimp granules. It's a really good food that I use. They've been sold out. I haven't been able to get my hands on it. So, also Fluval lights were sold out of the 4-foots, and I'm talking about the Fluval 3.0s. The 4-foots were sold out, and I think the 3-foots. I have like the 2-foots and the nanos coming. So if anybody's looking for a nano 3.0 or the 2-foot Fluval 3.0s, those will be here with that order as well, which we'll say Monday-ish. But no, parrotfish are awesome. I think they're super sweet. Eventually, I will probably actually get some, just because I think they're super cool. And a lot of people, like, you either love them or you hate them. I think when they get like the chubby cheeks, they look sweet. Metalhead Prime. I realize I have evolved from how many gallons do I have to how many gallons I have in one room. Yeah, hopefully, I plan on moving every tank out to the fish room except for probably the 75 gallon, in the 14 gallon. The 14 is the quarry tank. It's got the emerald green breeding group in it and the Palliatus. I always called it Pilatus, but the wholesaler this week they called it the Palliatus, so I'm gonna go with that. But it's got the Palliatus breeders in it. That is on the counter, so it's kind of like a counter tank. That will stay there. And the 75, which has the goldfish with Jake, that will stay in the living room. But every other tank I plan on moving out to the garage. Except for these. The nano shrimp tank in here and this 55 will stay here. But no more tanks in the house. I want to get it all in the garage. And just do it one fish room. And hopefully it makes everything a little bit that much easier. And every tank's going to be drilled. I'm not doing water changes anymore. That's for the birds. Make that automated. Alexa can do my water changes for me. Alright, Matt with the 614 Super Chat. Stimulating my fish hobby. Okay, I'm done now. Matt, I appreciate you, man. You are going nuts tonight. Or did I already read that? I don't know. Squirrel. Let's keep going. Bucky Doe Downer, what's going on? Do you have any plans for merch? I would love sport a shirt. So actually I do have like a couple shirt designs on Teespring, but I don't advertise them like on the channel or anything because I don't know why. I don't know why I don't advertise them. I haven't sold. I buy them for myself. I use them when I go out to like fish things. If you see me at OFR, a lot of times I'm wearing like SC Aquatics. But what I want to get into is fish related merchandise. Not just like SC Aquatics like logo, which would be awesome. People buy that, help support me. But fish related stuff, like maybe some shrimp or something. Like you go to a swap meet, you can be wearing, I don't know, a pufferfish or a cichlid shirt, something. I had thought about getting into that, and I don't know, that's something on the horizon, I guess. Ray Aquatics, what's going on? Zen Ginger says, I'm twitchy and I don't know if I should delete a certain comment. If you're talking about Brian Kish, I just now read that comment. I can see what was deleted. Uh, Typically, yes. But what's funny is Brian Kish is actually my cousin. So he's trying to prank me, I'm pretty sure. But Brian Kish is my cousin. But no, good job deleting that. He's being naughty on a Friday night live stream. But yes, I would stand behind you on deleting that comment. Even though he's my family, got to keep it semi-appropriate. It wasn't anything crazy, but I think most of you saw it anyways. Oh, trying to move through the chats. Okay, Matt said, hit me up on Messenger after live. I have a friend, he does great shirt work. All right, I will. I've used a couple of shirt companies before, and I've had good luck. I just, I gotta go back into it. I feel like, so there's Teespring, which is super easy. I upload the image, they print it, they ship it, whatever. But they take a huge cut. But the bonus is I don't have to keep inventory, which is the biggest thing. I don't know. I just like keeping my hands on inventory. Like if I'm selling something, I want to be able to know, like, I have this, I can send it to you. I still run into inventory problems. I ran into inventory with Metalhead Prime. They ordered a bunch of cichlid food, and one of them they ordered like 2 of, and somehow my inventory was off. I only had 1 instead of 2. But I don't know. I'd rather make sure that customer service is in my hands. So yeah, I'll talk to you about your your shirt buddy, and oh, he does printing on demand, no inventory. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, Brian just posted something, but then he retracted it. You got me part, and that was about it. Let me see. OFR just texted me, but I can't see what it is. I'm too afraid to open messages on my phone during live stream and have my live stream crash. But Josh has texted me something. Who knows what it's about? Need a squirrel-themed SC Aquatic shirt. You ain't kidding. You are not kidding. I could change my name to Squirrel Aquatics, and most of you guys would know why. That's for sure. I asked Steven for a shirt size last week so I could get a custom squirrel shirt made for him. So, guys, Matt sent me a picture through Messenger. Was it last week, Matt, of the 614 thing? I think it was last week. Whenever Big Rich called in and the live stream crashed, it says, do not call 614. Big, like, blue lettering. And I thought it was pretty funny. The whole thing with, like, OFR, how they have the shirts that are always hanging on, like, the chairs. It's like, shut up, Roger, and stuff. It'd be funny to have one hanging up in the background that says, do not call 614. Because it will crash my stream. Mickey says, hi, Steven. Hope all okay, I hope. Yeah. My week's turned around, Mickey. Good to see you. Start off bad. I had a lot of DOAs this week with shipping. My heat packs didn't activate, and I think I know why, but yeah, catch the beginning of the stream. I kind of talk about it, but yeah, week's ending a lot better than it started. Let me see. Melha says, that's okay, I will feed them small children until I get the food. Just kidding. Maybe. I hear that they probably like Bush Light, though. You should try that. Texas Fisherman, good to see you. Brian Kish, okay, I see it now. You got me, love the show, keep it up. Well, thanks for being here. Hopefully you're drinking some vodka. Hi, Steven. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Having my coffee and hanging out with you guys. I'm doing good. Way better now. Hopefully my roof's not leaking or caving in, but it's just nice. The weather's getting slowly better and better. It was pretty chilly today, but hopefully outdoor pond season will be coming here soon. I had that 500-gallon pond outside, building a new pond, and I have another 500-gallon pond, brand new in box I never set up last year that I plan on setting up this year. So it's going to be a big pond year around here. So we're going to be doing some ponds. And I think I probably will leave the filtration on the current pond how it is. It's the Biofalls from Aquascape. I'll probably just continue using that this year. Worked fine last year. And then the other ponds, I'm probably going to do UV sterilizer. I picked up some previously owned or previously loved UV sterilizers from Ohio Fish Rescue when I was up there the other week. They had some spare ones. They asked if there's people there, if anybody needs some equipment. They had UV sterilizers they weren't using. I said I would take them. So I got some UV sterilizers. It's not like hang on back. It's like the canister, like big tall canister style, which is I don't want to say professional, but like for big tanks. So I'm going to set that up on the pond and try to keep it like clear and try to go grow some plants out there this year. Let me see. How is Puffer doing? Bruce had passed away. It's been quite a few weeks now, maybe a month ago. I did make a video on it because I caught it while he was dying. I did not release the video. I still have. Do I have to edit the video still? I don't know if the video's edited or not. I might have to edit the video still. But Bruce passed away about a month ago. Not exactly sure about what had happened. He was basically nose down, tail up for a few days. And I read that could be air stuck inside. So you can try to, it's called burping them. I tried burping him. He wasn't getting better. And he eventually passed away. So Bruce is no longer with us. But Bruce will continue to be a thing around here. Eventually, I do plan on getting a puffer or another Fahaka in time. I want to get a bigger one that has got some weight on him, and I will probably call him Bruce just to keep the name going. You guys all voted on that name, so I want to keep that going. So Bruce will be back in the future at some point once I find a bigger one. I'm not actively looking for one, but I see them on the wholesale list, and they're still listing them as super tiny. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait until they kind of catch up and they got some weight on them. And that way, I can fight off parasites or any kind of issues. In case if I hit them with medications and they drop some weight, it won't be a super big problem. Mickey says, you purchasing any new plants or fish for selling or downsizing? Plants. So Mickey, I don't know if you're here like 2 weeks ago. This tank was empty pretty much on plants. I am bringing plants still in, just slow right now because I'm trying to reorganize the fish room currently and kind of getting prepared for spring fever of getting the fish tanks out to the garage. I still bring plants in, just like small amounts. I brought a bunch of plants in right now, but they're not converted yet to submerged ground. They're like, you see all these tall plants. These are all Amazon swords, but they're still round leaves. That means these were grown above water. So I'm waiting for them to convert before I sell them to somebody. There's also red melon swords in there. Same thing. They were immersed grown, so I'm waiting for them to convert. So I do have plants, and there was something else. Oh, there's crypts in there. Wendetti Reds. When all those plants convert and they are submerged grown, they have good roots, then they'll be on the website. As far as fish, I have been bringing fish in. I've gotten 2 orders of Panda Quarries in. I got an order of Pallidus Quarries in because I was running low. Or Palliatus. Sorry, I keep saying Pallidus. Palliatus Quarries. Those should be on the website, the original batch. The new ones are in quarantine, so I don't know how many are listed as available right now. Pygmy Habrosus Quarries. I brought in green laser quarries. So here's the thing: if you go on the website, the I brought in a lot of quarries. I was on this quarry spree lately. I brought in. They were sold to me as green lasers. They kind of look like gold lasers to me. So they're not like super gold, but they're not like super green. It's like a cross. I would say they're more gold, but being that they were sold to me as greens, I wasn't sure. So I listed them as green/gold. They're either CW009s or CW010s. 9s and 10s being greens or golds. They're super awesome, but they're not. I can't like 100% say these are greens or 100% these are golds. But I have the green lasers on. Concolors. So I just sold my original batch out yesterday, and I got more of them in. So concolors, and let me talk to you about concolors. So I got them in, and the pictures don't do them justice. They're kind of a cool pattern. Not, I guess it'd be a pattern, color pattern. But what makes them awesome is the way they swim. So most of the quarries are all on the bottom. Concolors will just kind of hover and swim mid-water. And it's the only quarries I have that have done that. Pygmy pygmaeus quarries will swim, kind of mid-water, and then they get into a spot. I'll walk in the fish room, and those concolors are just kind of chilling, like floating around like a lazy river. We can go walk out there, and let's see if they're doing it now. Let's take a little walkabout. So concolors new. I got autosynchronous in, but I've had those for probably a month now. But I got a bunch of autosynchronous. It's going to get a little noisy with the air pump. I can try to. That's a little better. Okay. I'm going to flip you around. Where's the button? Flip. So these are the concolors. And of course, right now, none of them are going through mid-water. And I have them in here with green neons. So the concolors are newer. Nothing new. These are the green emeralds. I don't know. I'm just on a quarry kick. Green emeralds. I got albinos in this tank. Over here are the green lasers / gold lasers. Like the laser looks gold to me. You can see one up there, but those are the laser quarries. Those are the Vienna guppies. They're doing good. This tank, I got some Bristlenose Plecos that just bred. The eggs hatch. I haven't seen the fry yet, but they're so tiny. Glow light tetras are awesome. These are the Paliatus quarries. One just dipped into that moss. There's probably about 30 in there. They're just hiding right now. The Guppy line I'm working on, which it never shows up very good. But they're doing super sweet. Look at that male. Whew, he's fire. Super fire. Metallic. It's got the red and yellow tail with the blue top fin, dorsal fin. Super sweet. These are just Danios, and I think there's a Decibarbs in there. So over here, that's the one of the Pygmy habrosus quarries. And I don't know where all the other ones are. It looks like there's some under the filter. There's one right here. Trying to see, and you can tell I need to add some calcium. So these shrimp, or these snails just came out of another tank. I've been kind of stockpiling them. Oh, here's more plants too. These are the, help me, Ulvasis plant. I'm terrible. And you guys always correct me every week, but there's also Panda Quarries in there. One batch. This is my other batch of Panda Quarries. These guys came in super small, so they're actually in a breeder box. So I can make sure I'm target feeding them really well. These guys are little baby Panda Quarries. They're super cute, but they're just small. So I did put on the website. They are, yep, Zen Ginger just posted. Ulvasis? Whatever. But those plants, They're in there. They got convert over before I list them on the website. Some shrimp. You see the shrimp are out. Yep, Panda Quarries, and then I moved some blues over here. This is one of my old shrimp tanks. There's a blue shrimp. But anyways, earlier today I noticed that there were some babies in here, which is super cool. I don't see any right this second. They're so tiny that it's like almost impossible to see. But there are blue shrimp babies, which is nice. I want some pygmy and panda quarries. Well, I got them. And the pandas that were in this tank, which I don't know where they're at. They're somewhere in there. Oh, there's a panda. They camouflage really well. That's why I leave mulm in here. They always mess around in the mulm, but there's a panda. They're doing good. Let me make sure I turn this air back on. What did I do with that? Cool. So yeah, I'm still bringing plants and fish in. Just nothing crazy yet. No massive orders. Just with shipping, I'm too afraid to place a big like transship order. I'd love to bring in like 5,000 fish, but my tanks are full. And by full, I mean species full. There's certain fish I mix. Like I have Odessa barbs and the zebra Daniels together. They do fine. But you know, you have to be careful with. Sorry, putting you guys back in the holder. You have to be careful what fish you mix in each tank because you don't want to. Let's say Exodon tetras. You don't want to put those with guppies and have your guppies die off. You know, so my tanks are currently full. So I need to like sell off fish or, you know, get more tanks. So after having the import rack how it has been, I'm probably going to get rid of my 29-gallon tanks and replace them with 20 longs. I like the 20 longs better. It's way easier of keeping fish, or not keeping fish, but catching fish. I have like, I think it's a 12-inch wide net. It fits like 20 longs really well. You basically put the net in the back, you pull it forward, you catch fish. The 29s, the fish will go under it, they'll go over the net. It's a pain in the butt to catch anything out of the 29. I originally did the 29 for big volumes of fish. When I order in like 300 cardinal tetras or whatever, I can put them all in one tank. But once the fish tanks are out in the garage, they'll be on auto water changes. I'll cram 300 fish into a 20-gallon, but if it's water changing 4 times a day, it won't be a problem with excessive nitrates. So, and it makes it just easier to catch fish. And I like 20 longs because I can put more rows in. So right now I have, really I have 2 rows of tanks. I have a 55 on the floor, the 29s, and then the 20 longs. If I go to all 20 longs, I can probably do 4 rows of tanks. For sure, 4 rows. So I have a little step ladder so I can get the top tanks right now. Let's see what else. Where am I at? Many quarries look awesome if getting daylight on them or artificial white light. Yeah, a lot of quarries have that green like iridescence to them. The green lasers, the Paleatus, obviously the emerald greens. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, yes, they look awesome. Oh, Ohio Fish Rescue said 50 people and 28 likes. Come on, people, hit that like button. Yes, please hit that like button. Thumbs up, or thumbs down, whatever. Thumbs down still help. Bucky said, Steven, what is the pH in your shrimp tanks? pH is right around 7.0 here. So I'm pretty much, all my tanks are 7.0. And I don't chase pH, I don't go after it. The only thing I need to do is add calcium to my tanks with shrimp or snails because I have hard water, but man, they eat the calcium like crazy. Von Yunzer, good to see ya. Your website says you're sold out. Yeah, because they need a clear quarantine. If something's sold out and you saw it in my video, it means they're in quarantine. So whenever I have a list of fish, um, it's in the fish room, when the fish come in, when they get treated with medications, and if there's any issues that delays quarantine. I don't have any issues right now, which is awesome. So once they clear quarantine, depending on when I got those fish, whether it was 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week ago, it depends on when they come out. But yeah, they should be. Most fish are clearing quarantine this coming week. So I'm not sure which ones like sold out, but it should clear quarantine this week, I would assume. What do you use for calcium? Eggshells. Ground up eggshells. I just dose the tanks with it. I make it a powder. I have a video on my channel. It's actually a trending video right now, but it says using eggshells as calcium, something like that. Just whenever I make eggs in the morning for breakfast, I keep the eggshells, and then I just kind of wash them, and then I crush them, and then grind them up using a coffee bean grinder. I basically make a powder, and then I just dump some powder into each tank. The other thing you can use is calcium sulfate, which is I buy it in bags, 1 pound. I think this is a pound bag from Untitled Aquatics, and this is something I'm looking at trying to sell eventually. So that's another product, which also gave me the idea. These are the root tabs I've been working with. I need to use them on this tank. As you can see, these plants are melting, which is awesome, which means they're converting. I thought about doing like calcium pills. So these are gel caps, they dissolve in water. I thought it'd be cool if I could figure out like how much calcium, like one of these pills, if this was just nothing but calcium, adds to water, and then I could be like, all right, cool, you need a calcium pill. Boom, you toss it in, it floats. That rainbow fish is going to eat that. And then you let it float, it'll dissolve. The gel cap will dissolve, and then it'll sink into the tank. Let's see how long it takes to dissolve. I don't even know, because I've been planting them. But it should dissolve, and those are fertilizer. I'm just dosing the water column right now. But it'd be cool that you just go to each tank, toss in a pill, and add calcium. So I thought about doing something like that. Anyways, let's see. Zen Ginger posted a link, adding calcium using eggshells. There we go. Ray Aquatic said, what do you use for calcium? Yeah, so eggshells is the main thing because it's free, and then also actual calcium sulfate. Fish and Floral said, I just processed my first batch of eggshells to try it. Awesome. I had a comment on it tonight. Someone said that they probably wouldn't use the soap because 1 part per million of soap can damage the fish. I don't know if that's true or not, but all I can say is from my experience, I've been using eggshells for a very long time now, a couple years. I've never had any issues with shrimp or fish or snails. I've always used soap because I know a lot of people don't, and I'm not saying you have to or you don't have to. My thing is like, would I put the eggshell in my mouth and chew on it with like leftover like egg white in it? And like no, so I didn't want that in my tank. So that's why I wash it with dish soap. But I rinse it really good, and I'm sure you could be fine without doing that. It's just something I do. Matt said, I started using my chicken eggs as calcium per your recommendation. It's like one of those like freebies. Like instead of throwing the shells away, repurpose them and add calcium to your shrimp and snail tanks. But man, I have so many shrimp, like they just grow so quick. It really like sucks the calcium out of my water. So like, you know, a ton of my Ramshorns, you'll see the pitting on the shells, and it's just I can't keep the calcium going for them. Alright, that makes me feel good. So, I didn't know that, but Zen Ginger said, Dean uses the Blue Dawn, and he's basically my fish guy. Dean is an awesome fish breeder, and he uses the Blue Dawn dish soap, which is what I use. I used it because it has a picture of a duck on it. It's fish safe, right? It's got, or at least animal safe, but I rinse it really well. So, Chevy Fish says, I don't wash with soap. I use plain water. Yep. I mean, you can rinse and repeat. I just use soap. It's just, I don't know. It's just something I started doing, and I just never got away from it. Bucky says, seeing a person put a deer antler in their tank for calcium, but I'm not sure how that works. Squirrels do eat them for calcium. So, Cuttlebone was the first thing that I tried with my shrimp tank when I first set it up a few years ago. It's supposed to be a really good calcium source. That's what it's for, like birds. Birds will pick at it. The thing is, like, it never dissolved very quickly into my water column. So Cuttlebone might be a good source, but it just didn't seem to really dissolve. So I don't know if maybe if you have more acidic water, it would help dissolve it quicker. I just found that the eggshells, when I make it a powder, so I kind of go for that powder slash like little pieces, and you'll see, like, I'm pretty sure I have video of like the shrimp actually grabbing the calcium. I feel like when it's in a powder form, it just dissolves into the water column better. Matt said, I don't know. I have some big tanks, but I don't think I can fit a deer in my tank. See, I didn't think about that. I shave it off with a spoon to powder. So, granted, I was a brand new hobbyist when I set up my first shrimp tank, and that's where I did the Cuttlebone because it was recommended. I didn't even know if I needed it, but I was like, oh, people say I need to add calcium, so I got Cuttlebone. I put the whole thing into the tank. It came with like a metal wire in it, so you could hang it on a bird cage. I took that out, but I put the whole Cuttlebone into the tank, and it like was there for years. I'm sure there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure, but there could be a piece in that tank still. That tank's so overgrown with plants. I have no idea if it's still in there. Cuttlebone's better for things that chew on it, like birds or turtles, in my experience. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's like sold for birds, so I get that, and I get why people use it in a shrimp tank. It's a source of calcium. It's just, and then Chevy Fish does shave it down, which makes sense. I put the whole thing in there, so that's where I kind of went wrong. But yeah. But anyways, guys, I saw a notification that LRB went live. I don't want to like overrun his channel. I don't even know how to say thank you so much for all the super chats tonight. You guys were freaking crazy. Matt, like, dear Lord, man. Holy cow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys making my Friday night really fun. And it was good talking to you guys this week. I don't really have anything new or crazy to say that I've already talked about. Other than some shrimp foods are coming. But thank you guys. Becky says thumbs up, people. I guess until next Friday, I might try to do a live stream for the members this weekend, especially if the Shrimp King food comes in. So if you're a member, probably not tomorrow, maybe Sunday. But hopefully that'll come soon enough. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Just trying to keep you focused on being positive. Matt, I thank you. It was a downer this week, but I appreciate all the super chats tonight. Anyways, guys, keep tanking along, and I'll see you next Friday. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I don't know how to end this. Somewhere up, maybe. All right. I'll see you guys.